Hi, I haven't been recording videos for a while because I've been going through some things, and now I can finally do a video. I would do it on a book I read recently called College Unbound. Yeah, so I would just go straight into talking about this book instead of going through the summary and stuff like that. Okay. This book is written by a USA's university researcher, and he was researching about universities in USA's, and then he wrote this book. And then so first he discovered that the tuition fees paid to universities every year is like billions of dollars, and he wondered where did the fundings go, and why is the USA's universities on the verge of bankruptcy, even though there's tons of people tons of students paying a lot of tuition fees, going so broke. Where did the fundings go? Apparently they make things like build a epic arena or a very big gym, swimming pool, or air conditioning in the garden and stuff like that. They're trying to wow students with how much money they put into the facilities. Yeah, trying to attract students this way. And he wondered if it's the right thing to do. And then next thing is that due to the universities doing this, the student loan is like super high, and a lot of students is starting to they just think I just have to get a higher education. Do you really have to get a higher education? But in his research later on, it says higher education do help with job search in many ways. And yeah, so that's the student loan part. It's like such a high student loan. A lot of students is feeling really under pressured. Some go default, and good luck with that. And and then it talks about how universities is trying to go to online study. It talks about Coursera, Courasera. I think that's how it's spelled. I know I was studying a course on it. It's by a few reputable universities in USA's, including I think Yale or something, Yale University. They made this online platform to make studying much more affordable, and it's very effective as well. And then Harvard and MIT made EDX, so these two are two major ones. And then a lot of universities are trying to go hybrid. They say that every year, every student will have around one course that's online or hybrid, at least. And so they were saying the future of study would have the online elements to it. And then it talks about major, if you go to the same university, but you're choosing different majors, is that going to affect you finding a job? The answer is yes. For example, if you study engineering, your chances of finding a good paid job is much higher than if you study design. Yeah, no, nothing wrong with design. I study design, but design is not the most program that makes you get really high paid jobs immediately after graduation. And then it talks about what employers are looking for. Nowadays, employers, they're looking for students with both a broad knowledge, knowing many things, and in-depth studying a particular area. For example, engineering. You're so into engineering, it's a narrow, you engineer this particular thing really, really well. Or if you program, program, you can go to the next level and program like some amazing thing. Like if you study like art, you're able to like make concept art that's so hardcore, like as if you draw like 17 hours a day. You're very into this area as well as like broad knowledge. So, and then other than these, like what you know and what you can do, there are soft skills they're looking for example, interpersonal skills, problem solving skills, effective communication, teamwork, and analytical thinking. So, and then it talks about like, should be finding a job be what going to university is for. Like, should you go to university just to aim to find a job? Or should universities make courses just so that students can find a job after graduating? Because the book says that many years ago, like in the 80s or the 70s, students go to university because they're interested in a particular topic, not because they feel like they need to get a job after. They're not even thinking about finding a job afterwards. They're thinking about what interests them, and then they continue to study what interests them. Let's say like, can you produce tons of engineers and not a scientist? Or could you produce a scientist and then some people are just gonna have a more hard time because they just choose what they love. So or you don't give up, you choose what you love, but you don't give up and you eventually made it. Like, or you're gonna choose a course that is easy to find a job, you don't like it, you get paid in a pretty high, but you don't go past beyond that. So it's a debate whether you should do this or do that. There isn't a clear answer what's the right thing to do. And then it talks about how research really helps a student. Like, if you want to teach a student something, let them do their own research. Let them search up on this topic instead of feeding information to them. That will be much more effective for the students to learn something. And in the end, they wrap up with around 20 future universities. They're like new universities. Like some are like older, some are newer. Some are older university in a new area. They're trying to like attract students with some new way of teaching. For example, some universities say students have to study abroad for 2 weeks. Some say that you have to do a charitable cause for 2 weeks. Some say all their students there's 1 month, all students are studying a different major for 1 month. And then some universities, they're aiming to teach their students to be more responsible because you're responsible for your own life. And some universities, they reinforce fundamentals. They say that all students in the first year will study exact same thing, which is reinforce all fundamentals to make sure that they're very strong at these things. So like, there's like 20 something universities that they talk about. They come up with like all sort of ways to teach, and which one is the best way to teach. It's like what you are looking for, what you want to learn, what you want to experience, then you choose that university. So, and then that wraps up the book, and I would say it's worth reading. You should read it yourself because it's really positive and really fun to read.